Hi everyone, this is Pras, also known as Pras_FPL on Twitter, and this is the Sauce Beater. So Mason Mount is an interesting one, goal and assist in the last game. My feeling is that they have Zenit coming up over the midweek. West Ham isn't an easy game, so I'm going to go for a mild here. If he starts, he could do well, but I'm actually predicting a Lukaku start, maybe Pulisic. So given the rotation risk, I'll keep it to mild. I've got Chris Wood as hot here. He's got 2 goals in the last 4 games. It's Newcastle. They're going to attack. They're under pressure, and I think Burnley will take advantage. And if there's anyone who's doing well, it's going to be Cornet or Wood. So Wood is hot. So Lamptey is a special extra hot, so the spiciest you can get. And I love him as well because, he got his rest midweek, so he's going to start. He got an assist in the midweek. And you know what's great about him is he's even subbed off early. So for a defender, as long as that happens after 60th minute, you get this insurance of a late goal. Brighton are always great defensively, mainly because they hold a lot of possession. So I like Lamptey a lot. So he's extra hot. Right. So what's the lowest, the kiddie one? I think lemon and herb. So I'm going to do lemon and herb for Semedo. Look, nothing against Wolves. Wolves are decent at the back. But Liverpool are just on absolute fire. There's no stopping them. And you know what? Semedo's matchup on the right is going to be Robertson on the left. And Robertson is like a man possessed. Ever since the media started to mention that Tsimikas is possibly a starter and Robbo hasn't done well, this guy has just delivered in the last 2 games, and I think he's going to be on fire again. So Semedo, I'm sorry, you're not going to get many attacking returns and you're going to concede at least 2 goals. So that's a lemon and herb for me. So Jesus is, for me, a hot. The City record against Watford is great. I think people remember that 8-goal thrashing, was it last season or the season before? He looks pretty nailed on the right side. Mahrez is his only competition, and Mahrez has played the last 2 games because of the Foden injury. He's actually played as the number 9. I think Foden will come back into the team, which basically means Jesus keeps his place on the right. And look, with City, you can never guarantee minutes, which is why I didn't go for extra hot. But I really like City's chances in this game. I think they're the favorites for over 2.5 goals in this match. That's the reason I have gone for hot and not red hot, is simply the minutes. So I'm really optimistic on City assets this week. So MESLIER, interesting one. If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said no way. They'd kept 1 clean sheet in 12 games. But they've got 2 clean sheets on the bounce. So I do like the fact that Phillips is back. The defense is now looking a little bit better in shape, maybe even a Bamford start in this game. And Bamford actually helps them across the pitch. It's not that the attacker won't help the defense. So actually, I like Leeds for this fixture. Whether they keep a clean sheet or not, you can just never rely on them. MESLIER I also like because he's got a lot of saves in him. In fact, a lot of us early season were looking at MESLIER as the guy because of his saves potential. Leeds concede a lot of goals, or at least a lot of shots from outside the box, which means MESLIER is always up for saves. And if they keep a clean sheet, he's in the bonus as well. So I like him, but I don't like Leeds as such in defense. So I'm going to keep it to a medium. And then, after all, Brentford is decent. I know they've disappointed us, but they've had a decent start to the season. Let's look at the big picture. So I'm expecting this to be a score draw, maybe. So I think I'll go for a medium for MESLIER. So BENTEKE is always in our thoughts, never in our FPL teams. I think he's a good shout. He's got 4 goals in the last 5 games that he has started. And as you mentioned, it looks likely that he'll start with Edouard missing out. Palace attack is very good. I mean, it's a complete change from what it was under Roy Hodgson. Patrick Vieira's got them attacking. They've got the talent up front as well. You've got Zaha on the left. Probably BENTEKE will start up front, and then you've got Olise, you've got Eze, you've got Jordan Ayew as well, and then their midfield with Gallagher is very, very solid. So I like BENTEKE, and unfortunately, given even though I'm a United fan like you, we're not very good at the back. So I expect BENTEKE to be in and around one of those headers. Unfortunately, given that I'm a United fan, I'm going to keep it to a medium, but I wouldn't put it past him scoring against us. Kane for me is an extra hot, and I'll tell you what, it's not based on his performances in the Premier League so far. It's purely based on the fact that I think Conte will, fix the problems that they have in how they're working as a cohesive unit. They obviously play on Thursday night. We don't know how they've done yet, but I'm backing them to come good. And then you add the fact that Norwich, even despite the fact that they were an extra man against Newcastle, they didn't really convince me defensively. I think, there are goals in here for Spurs, and Kane has looked a much better player under Conte, much better than Son, even though I personally own Son. I think Kane is the one who'll do well. And then you add to the fact that there's pens in his locker as well. And in the last couple of game weeks, we've seen the pens come back to an extent. So I think I'm going for extra hot for Kane. Absolutely. Leicester have been leaking goals. Villa are obviously new manager bounce. Watkins seems to be the guy who's basically the most important in their attack. Even when Ings comes in, yes, Ings plays centrally and Watkins moves to the left, but Watkins is actually very good coming in from the left. Almost think of it like a Liverpool, wide forward kind of position. So I like Watkins a lot. He's got 3 goals in the last 5. He's the 90-minute man. He consistently plays. So even if Ings comes back, I think Watkins is a great shout. With all the goals Leicester are leaking, I'm really not confident in how Leicester are going to do this season. I think Watkins is a hot. So Gray is a funny one. He's always the guy who pops up with the goals, but has no underlying stats to back it. The issue is Rondon may be out given the injury, and that may actually help Gray. So, he could be more involved in the attacking front with Richarlison as he was against Liverpool. Look, he's always got a goal in him, but I just think that Everton are rubbish this year. I mean, they've got problems under Rafa. They're trying to fix their defense, but then their attack has looked blunt as well without DCL. Even though he scored last game week, I'm not too optimistic on his chances. So I'm going to go for a mild here. Thank you for having me on, guys. This has been Pras on Sauce Meter for Game Week 15. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For me personally, in my team, I've got Salah as captain. No surprises there. I've got actually 2 free transfers, and I have no idea what to do. I'm probably going to go for a Bowen or a Dennis. None of them are very inspiring this week, but I have to use one of my 2 frees. So we'll see what I do, but lots to ponder. Good luck to you all for the game week. And again, please do subscribe. Chasing Green Arrows. These guys are doing a great job.